Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez attempted to blame Trump for the reason why she was totally silent on Twitter following the Sri Lanka massacre of Christians, not Easter worshippers, mind you, that happened on Easter Sunday. When Kellyanne Conway called her out for her failure to condemn the attacks, like she had previously done with the Christchurch shootings and most recently with the San Diego synagogue shooting that happened Saturday, Ock got on the defensive, blaming the White House's incompetent disaster response as to the reason why she did not tweet out her condolences for Sri Lanka immediately. Conway's original tweet was in response to a CNN reporter misquoting her, which you can take a look at here. Wrong again. You can delete or apologize. Holds breath. I was referring to Attack's silence about the Sri Lanka massacre of Christians, not Easter worshippers, as Obama and Hillary oddly said. Try listening before spewing. https://t.co/jnm7pro6f, Kellyanne Conway, at Kellyanne Polls, April 28, 2019. Ock responded to Conway with these tweets. Hello Ms. Conway. On Easter I was away from tech visiting my grandmother in Puerto Rico, which continues to suffer from the White House's incompetent disaster response. Are you trying to imply that I am less Christian? What was the point of you bringing this up on national TV? https://t.co/type-lf2cab, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, @Ock, April 28, 2019. You are using this as an excuse to stoke suspicion around my Christianity plus faith life, at Kellyanne Polls. The Sri Lanka massacre was horrifying. No one should be targeted for their religion. If you're so moved, let's do more to welcome immigrants fleeing religious persecution, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, @Ock, April 28, 2019. However, Ock's claim that she was away from tech appears to have been debunked, as she tweeted out a promotion for her new Netflix movie the day after the Sri Lanka attacks. Check out Conway's tweet calling Ock's statement a bluff. Hi Congresswoman @Ock. My best to your grandmother. My grandmothers are irreplaceable, miss them every day. Good that you now condemn Sri Lanka massacre. Some found it odd a prolific tweeter was silent. Following day you tweeted about your movie https://t.co/care0ad2j https://t.co/cpburnuz6c8, Kellyanne Conway, at Kellyanne Polls, April 28, 2019. 2 halves, @Ock. You and I agree. I said on CNN Today and elsewhere that people of all faiths should be free from harm. I judge no one's faith, including yours. Extreme ideas like Green New Deal and socialized medicine do scare me though. Areas for bipartisanship? Call me. Much work to do, USA, https://t.co/0t463HLQW7, Kellyanne Conway, at Kellyanne Polls, April 28, 2019. Others, like Paul Joseph Watson, also noticed that Ock's claim to have been away from tech just didn't quite add up. Check out his response tweet here. You tweeted the day after the Sri Lanka attacks, yet failed to mention the attacks. You then tweeted for the next 6 days, failing to mention the attacks. Nice try blaming Trump for your disinterest in what happened in Sri Lanka, but your timeline debunks your own lie. https://t.co/lawp7, Paul Joseph Watson, at Prison Planet, April 29, 2019. Ock's selective tragedy acknowledgement has many wondering if she's just trying to use relevant incidents to push her own agenda for gun control. Notice how in her tweet that quickly responded to the synagogue shooting in San Diego, she did not hesitate to tie in that the shooting was another reason to vote for H.R. 8, which would require background checks for firearm purchases. Heartbroken to hear of the San Diego synagogue shooting, particularly so on this final day of Passover. We have a responsibility to love plus protect our neighbors. The longer the Senate delays holding a vote on #HR 8, the more we put Americans at risk. https://t.co/f9firmc5, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, at talk, April 27, 2019. Fox News has more on what Kellyanne Conway had to say about UC's selectivity. Conway on Sunday criticized the freshman congresswoman for not tweeting about the bombings targeting Christians in Sri Lanka. "I see officials who get a lot of airtime and ink like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman, who tweets many times about the mosque and never once about the Christians being killed in Sri Lanka," Conway said on CNN's State of the Union. Ocasio-Cortez responded on Twitter accusing Conway Sunday of attempting to stoke suspicion regarding the freshman lawmaker's religion. The New York Congresswoman also noted she was visiting her grandmother in Puerto Rico for Easter and away from tech. Conway criticized Ocasio-Cortez Monday while on Hannity for not tweeting about Sri Lanka the next day, and instead promoted a documentary about herself. The very next day, still picking through the rubble in Sri Lanka, looking for survivors or of the deceased. She had time to tweet about a Netflix documentary about her, Conway said. The Daily Caller pointed out that her tweets did end on April 18, and there were no tweets on Easter Sunday, but her account did include both a tweet and a retweet about the upcoming movie Knock Down the House. Conway reiterated the issue was not about her faith. "It's not about her faith, it's about her selectivity," Conway told Hannity. CNN also had the following to say about Conway calling out Ocasio-Cortez. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and White House counselor Kellyanne Conway sparred Sunday over the Congresswoman's Twitter silence following the Easter Sunday church bombings in Sri Lanka, with Ocasio-Cortez saying Conway used the attention around her lack of tweets as an excuse to stoke suspicion about her faith. Appearing on CNN's State of the Union Sunday morning, Conway told host Jake Tapper that Ocasio-Cortez, a New York Democrat, tweeted many times about the shootings at two New Zealand mosques last month that left 50 dead, but never once tweeted about the series of church bombings in Sri Lanka last week that left more than 250 people dead and hundreds injured on Easter Sunday. In a handful of tweets about Conway's comments, Ocasio-Cortez, whose use of Twitter has become one of her trademark characteristics, defended the fact that she did not post a tweet about last week's attacks, noting in one tweet that she had been on a technology hiatus while she was visiting her grandmother in Puerto Rico. "Are you trying to imply that I am less Christian? What was the point of you bringing this up on national TV?" Ocasio-Cortez asked Conway in the tweet. In a separate tweet, Ocasio-Cortez wrote that the terrorist attack in Sri Lanka was horrifying, before saying in another that Conway was using this as an excuse to stoke suspicion around my Christianity plus faith life. "The Sri Lanka massacre was horrifying. No one should be targeted for their religion," Ocasio-Cortez wrote. "If you're so moved, let's do more to welcome immigrants fleeing religious persecution." On Sunday afternoon, Conway replied to Ocasio-Cortez in a pair of tweets. In the first, she gave her best to the Congresswoman's grandmother and said she missed her own every day, calling them irreplaceable. Conway also said, "Good that you now condemn Sri Lanka massacre." Some found it odd a prolific tweeter was silent. Following day you tweeted about your movie. You might like previous post previous next post next let's block ads. Why?